Okay, my people, we go way back, like 4 flats are in the building. Some of my most favorite educators in the entire world. I think I started my career like with y'all, like y'all all the only people that I like worked with forever up until the last couple of years. But anyway, I am going to allow them to introduce themselves. I got Mac in the building. Say something. Okay, I can't hear you for some reason. You talking in the mic, sis?
I am.
I can hear you say something.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, thank you. That sounds much better. Because I'm like, why she acting shy? And then Mr. Wide tapping the microphone. Weezy F baby, please say the baby. What's up, Mr. Wide?
What it do?
And then I got the Jazzy Goat herself, my girl Tish in the building. Yes. But Tish and Mac, I'm gonna need y'all to pull the mic like a little closer to y'all.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'm excited that y'all are here with us today. Y'all in the building, you know, the Spill Podcast, Season 2, Teachers Off Duty. Spillers, y'all know what time it is. This is my mental check-in time. Y'all know I'm an advocate for mental health. I don't play when it comes to mental health. I think it's important that we're always good, but it's my responsibility and my duty to make sure my people are good, especially when you come in a podcast room. So, whatever you're doing, Spillers, utilize this time to stop, pause for the cause, check in with yourselves, make sure you are good. Just make sure you're good. So, while we're on the subject, Mac, how are you? Macado, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm lovely. I can't complain. I wouldn't if I could.
You would?
I said I'm lovely. I won't complain. I
Okay.
wouldn't if I could.
Already. I'm gonna take this mic off because y'all gonna have to talk in it because the struggle is good. Or maybe your voice is just short. Okay, so you said you can't complain, you wouldn't, you could. So that means you're good mentally, physically,
I am.
emotionally,
All fronts
spiritually.
Yes.
Already.
Because that spiritual helps with the rest of it.
Yes, balance. Yes. Tish, how are you doing? You back in the classrooms? You know, you done got spoiled a little bit. And I know they can throw our mental off sometimes, but other than that, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm well. Yeah, I had to collect myself for a second thinking about that. But yeah, I'm well, and you know, the areas in which I'm not well, I'm going to make them well.
Already, that's it. That's my thing, Phyllis. You gotta make sure if you feel like you're not well, you gotta make sure you do what's necessary to make sure you're well. Weezy F baby, please say the baby. How are you mentally?
I'm good. No complaints.
No complaints. You in a new building, I heard. How that's
New
going?
building. It's going real good.
New admin.
Leave me. Leave me.
You even got a little dose of heaven.
Your boy is not complaining at all. Not complaining at all. For real. It is what it is.
Already.
Hey, as long as the 15 and the 30 is the same.
Listen, it's a problem when them direct deposits go a little different. Already, I feel you. Well, I'm glad y'all are well. Considering we're going into the third week of school. I feel like we good. You know, we going places. So all is well with me. You know, I do my little thug thistle, drink my water, mind my business, pray, I exercise when I can. But I've gotten back on track since I've been at work. I sneak a little time in during my lunch period, quote unquote lunch period. But other than that, all is well. I'm glad all is well with you all, guests, spillers. If all is well, if all is not well with you, do what's necessary to make sure it's well. Reach out to somebody. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, reach out. We're here. I'm sure you have family. I'm sure you have friends. You have therapists all over the world that's willing to listen to you and to help you navigate and get on the right path to make sure that you're good. Mental health is wealth. I say that all the time. In order for you to be completely wealthy, you got to be good mentally, okay? So, hey, but I want to do a shout out to all my social media spillers. Are y'all following me on YouTube and Instagram, the Spill Podcast? Look at Mr. Wide Face. He like, hold up. Yeah, pull out Instagram and follow your girl on the Spill Podcast. Tish, you following
I absolutely am. I'm following you on Is it, y'all don't think you got a Facebook?
I don't have a Facebook. I just post
You
everything
do?
on my
Okay,
Facebook.
right.
Yeah.
But you do have an Instagram.
I do.
follow that, and
Mhm.
I don't have a YouTube account.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You gotta
Nalea ain't got no YouTube account.
You gotta go.
Malaya, no, Malaya doesn't.
Okay.
She has all the.
The other kitty good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
McDaniel, are you following me?
Now you do have that. I have Instagram, so I don't do that, but my sister do, and I have hers on my phone, so she follows you, and I follow you on Facebook.
This is
Okay.
right.
And on YouTube.
Look at Mr. Y trying to see if that's me. Mr. Y was not following y'all all night.
I didn't know you
Now
was on
listen,
YouTube.
Listen, I'm on the tube of you, and I'm on Instagram. Yes. Yeah, get the YouTube so y'all can see the videos and all the good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, use what you do. Yeah.
I just go to YouTube when I'm gonna see.
See how
something.
they do these feelings? These my day ones too. I'm talking about we go back like 10 years, 10 years. Me and Mr. Y know each other from the South End Thrasher Boys Club days back in the day. But these two been on me for
You know what
some
I'm saying?
time.
You the Armstrong.
Look up. You didn't go to Thrasher if you didn't know Luther. That part.
Hey, you learned and seen everything.
I'm
at
talking about
Thrash.
everything. You went to Thrash as a little child and came out as a full-grown adult. But not for real. Follow me on social media. I am on YouTube, The Spill Podcast, TikTok, The Spill Podcast, and Instagram, The Spill Podcast 21. I have my logo is a little picture of me, and if I'm not on the picture like my shirt, there are 2 wine glass toasting like they're spilling over, but it's wine. Wine don't spill, boo. But it's 2 wine glass toasting, and that's me. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and then my Facebook. I can't give that out. Well, yes, I can. Just don't let y'all kids follow me, but it's T'Challa, T'Challa Wilson, and stay abreast with all things The Spill. Okay, so we're gonna get into it, spillers. Now y'all know I do a spill trend time. I don't do the tea. However, I do something or topics that are and highlight and illuminate everything black. Thank God I'm black. Hey, I won't take it back. Hey, I'm proud to be black. Hey, y'all know that song? Black, dip in rum, black. And y'all over here really jamming. But listen, I highlight everything black, blackity black, black platinum, black gold, black diamond. Just black on black, baby, because I'm black and I'm proud, okay? So I try to illuminate everything that's good in our community. Sometimes we talk about things that kind of make us scratch our head, like we're about to do this episode and right now. But for the most part, the Spill Trend Spillers is when we just kind of go into the community and we talk black, okay? So this Spill Trend was actually right one time because it had something to do with educators and education. And I kind of wanted to get some perspectives from y'all point of view. So, a few days ago in Los Angeles, California, a mother filed a civil rights lawsuit against the LA Unified School District. See, I had to get it together and slow down. Anyway, that is the second largest school district, y'all, in California, or in Hollywood, or Los Angeles, California. She filed the lawsuit because her daughter attends a school, and during this school, a part of their instructional lesson was about slavery, and it made the students had to pick cotton. So that was a part of the instruction. I'm trying to figure out what standards was involved in that instruction, but all that, yeah. So this happened in 2017, which surprised me because I had not heard it prior to now, but it's more popular now because the mom is finally doing the lawsuit thing, and she's going full on with trying to sue the district. Yeah, 5 years ago.
5 years.
Yeah, and I'm like, so much has happened within those 5 years. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin. I'm like, why we ain't heard about this? But anyway. So the mother said the assignment was culturally insensitive, and since doing it, her daughter has gained extreme anxiety and emotional distress. Now, this young lady did not physically participate in picking the cotton or the activity because she felt like, it disturbed her, it bothered her. But she did watch her peers do so, and after watching them, it made her distraught. And apparently the teacher didn't care or wasn't concerned about her emotional state during the activity. So this lesson came because the students were reading the biography of Frederick Douglass, And the activity stemmed from the teacher wanting the students to have a real life experience, y'all, of picking cotton. Now listen, the school, y'all, the second largest school district in Los Angeles, California, grew a cotton field on their campus near Hollywood now, just so these students can experience this activity or this lesson. That's just too much for me. Anyway, to digest is just too much. Okay, so I'm just bothered all the way. Cause first of all, who got cotton fields on a campus for kids to pick for a lesson so that they can experience how it felt to pick cotton? First of all, they're never going to fully get the experience because our ancestors picked cotton all freaking day. Their fingertips were darn near torn off.
Right.
Like they'll never experience that. So I'm trying to figure out who the hell the superintendent and the principal and all these people are to think that this is okay for a whole cotton field
To be grown.
on the campus. Who the hell tending to the cotton field? Like I just have so many questions. Y'all can step in. What do y'all think?
And I'm trying to figure out, so we're planting this cotton field specifically for that particular area of study? So it's that deep to where you have to plant a cotton field on your campus? I'm not understand. That's a little outrageous.
An entire cotton field just so that your students can get the quote unquote experience, the real life experience of picking cotton. And I'm like, well, who? Because Frederick Douglass was not proud that his parents, his family, his ancestors had to do that, and he dang sure wasn't proud to do it. So why would you even feel like Frederick Douglass would even want them to have that opportunity or that experience?
I'm just like baffled right
Yeah.
now because I'm thrown off because it's not just this class they did. It's several for them to build or create a cotton field for them to come out here. Why did you feel that this was okay? You can show a video and then talk about it and get the same results the kids gonna come to anyway. Did you build a steel chamber?
Listen,
Right.
did not,
Right.
did
Put
not,
a gas filled room or put smoke in there?
did
When
not.
they studied the Holocaust?
You better appreciate
Come on
that.
now. So why would that be necessary to do it when you're
Right.
studying African American history?
Right,
Right.
right.
Get your out.
Mr. Wild, what you think, Mr. Wild?
I'm like this. It's like where the common sense at?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where the common sense? To me, they had money to blow. So she was right. She found out they had money to blow. I'm gonna file this lawsuit.
That's it.
Lawsuit since
Yeah.
y'all got money to blow. To me,
Right.
it's where the common sense at.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and then the school district, since the second largest school district in California, how many black kids in this?
Exactly, and that's what
How
I
many
was.
black kids make up this school
Or
district?
Latino,
Right.
Hispanic,
Yeah,
because I'm thinking
yo.
about
Yeah.
working in the
Yeah.
farms, the
Minorities,
fields.
period.
No.
And when I was reading it, I was like, it must not have been many minorities because it's the second largest school district in LA and it's in Hollywood. So, you know, that's where a lot of the rich folk
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what the money, you know what I'm saying? But still, I just feel like that was just so inappropriate. It was very culturally sensitive.
Yes.
The mother complained because she said the teacher had no concerns or no empathy for her daughter and how her daughter felt at the moment. But the teacher didn't. Hell, they've been doing it for years. Now all of a sudden we got somebody that's bothered by it. Of course the teacher don't have any feelings for it because nobody's ever made light to this issue and made known that this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you could proudly grow a cotton field on your campus and make this an instructional. I want to read the daggone standards. I'm dead serious.
Right.
Like I need to see what standards you are utilizing and how you are assessing these kids based on this dang lesson.
Right.
Like what? Like I was.
And then what was your, I guess, what was the outcome that you were looking for? Just the experience of it? Or?
If they don't, like you said, they're not gonna get that.
Never gonna get the
experience
full
because-
experience.
Exactly. You know what they went through, that sun up to sundown.
Exactly.
For 20 or 25 minutes.
Exactly.
After you spoke about
Exactly.
it to get up to this field.
And
Exactly.
another
No.
thing, it wasn't a job.
It literally,
Right.
it was an experience.
They
This
was-
was
they
their
was
job.
forced.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they didn't do it, they was beat.
Listen,
Right.
lynch,
Right.
anything. You better
Right.
preach, Mr.
Like
Rod.
I don't understand, and like I said, they had money to blow. So
That's it.
So she found out they had money to blow. She found that lawsuit.
And she should have been did it. You know what I'm saying?
Surprised. I'm baffled that in however many years that this has been going on, that this is the first time that a parent has, or a student,
Right.
whoever has been bothered by it.
And that's what I was saying when I was reading over it. I was like, okay, it happened in 2017, so clearly something had to have happened, or somebody pursued something prior to that, prior to 2022, because I know good and daggone well, you didn't wait. No, this cannot be the first time. And y'all,
And
it
it
was.
justice system, stuff gets probably pushed
Yeah.
out. She did it in
And then
2017.
another
Or
thing.
just to be doing it in 2022.
How
Right.
this get passed?
Right. Like
What school board decides to pass this and say, hey, this is a good idea?
Right.
Whoever came up with the idea need to be fired. The
Right.
school board needs to be fired. The superintendent definitely needs to be fired. Well, he can't put in for another job position
Period.
nowhere.
Period.
Like, come on, common sense.
But I'm with y'all. Like, I thought about that. I was like, I wonder what the minority looked like on this campus for them to have gotten away with this for so long.
Right.
Because if this happened in 2017, ain't no telling how long they done had this cotton field on this campus, and ain't no telling how long they had actually been doing the lesson. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then another thing. Are they making money off this?
Listen.
Like a tourist, like come
Listen.
visit.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
Or selling that cotton to
Or
somebody.
selling-
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What's really going on?
Talking about wanting them to have a real experience to pick the cotton. So were they picking the cotton and putting it up to
Oh
my
to
God.
sell it or what?
Ain't no real experience with kids going around picking cotton and J's and all.
Listen.
Ain't no real experience.
Balenciaga, they got
Yeah.
the big sneakers.
Hey,
Nah,
shut up,
right.
no.
Yeah, that was that.
So
Listen.
many
Oh.
questions
Yeah.
that need to be answered.
Yeah.
We need QTNA.
That's
We
it.
have questions that need answers. Can we delve? We
Literally.
need them to go and open this case up so we can get some answers.
For
Right.
real. So, but I'm glad I read over that and thought about that because I am, with my job description, of course, my students have the autonomy to kind of choose different stories as their first few minutes of class before the bell rings. And so I wanted to do something different. I was like, you know what? I'm going to kind of introduce my students to different cultural things or whatever. And so I have a class, a lot of students, probably 90% of my students, no one had ever heard of Maya Angelou. Yeah, and so I was like, dang. And so I was like, you know what, we're going to do I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. And we'll do a chapter a day. We'll answer some questions about them. But I made sure to let them and their parents know, listen, this is a book. It's books that the school districts and states have allowed to read for years. We're not doing any real life experiences, with it, but it can be culturally sensitive, not for my race per se, but for others because of the way Little Marguerite, her comments about other people and other races, and then just some of the comments that other races said. Margaret literally repeated them, and she said them, and so I just wanted my people to know because this is what we're going to be reading. We're reading it because it's my class and I want us to read it. I feel like it's a good text. I feel like they can learn some good lessons from it. But I just want you to know, because there may be some terms in here that you may not agree with. There are terms in here that other people may not agree with, but this is what we're doing. It's school appropriate. Mm-hmm. But I advise them of that. You know what I'm saying? And if you wanted to say, Miss Wilson, I don't want such and such to read that or want no part, I have to respect it. It's not a part of my instructional lesson. It's just a free read that we're doing our first few minutes of class that we have before we get into our instruction. But tell me what the hell we doing if we picking cotton. Mm-hmm. Let me know, hey, a part of this lesson is for us to pick cotton so I can decide if I want to be there or if I want my child to be there or if I want my child to quote unquote experience that experience. Right. But I just feel like it's not fair that you're not telling us, up front, and then you put me in this situation where you tell me this is your grade. If you don't do it, your grade is going to be affected, blah, blah, blah. No, absolutely not. That's why we have to give the syllabus and all that stuff so that people can know in advance what we're doing. If this wasn't on my syllabus, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. And that's big facts because even with movies, if we have sensitive language or we have to run all of that by parents because we're listening.
Video games.
Yeah.
just
That's
anything.
right.
When we do like the incentive stuff, you know what I'm saying? We still have to make them aware, because if it's anything that's uncomfortable or something that they don't want their child to participate in, then we have to honor that.
Yeah.
But to force it on me, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't told me nothing in advance, because I probably would have stayed at home today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to tell me this is a part of your lesson and you have to do this for your grade, nah, sis, you tripping. Like, you go out there and pick the cotton. This will never be an experience of what my ancestors went through in the sun for 18 hours from sun up to sundown. Hands blistered, literally, just to get a pound or two. And then cotton season was only so many months, and they still wasn't making money to do what they needed to do to pay the bills or to do whatever. Child, please, no.
And I'm just thinking in my head, how many of those teachers that are not probably from our culture went out there and picked the cotton before they instructed their kids?
None of them.
Right.
Absolutely none of them.
Right.
Whew. Well, what would you do, Tish, if the lady came home and said, Mama,
Look, I just got home. And I pride myself on not being that parent.
Yeah.
Because, we're all educators and we, but baby.
Listen, the teacher head gonna come off.
When I say turn it upside down, there's no way. No, baby, my lawsuit would have been filed the next day. I'm putting up some sick days and I'm going immediately. Cause there's no way. No. Nope.
I just can't fathom that. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
In 2017 and 2022.
Yeah, that's
anything.
and that's why I just said I just couldn't believe it just came out like that. Like, I was just like, now wait, where this article been? Because I hadn't heard none of this.
Yeah.
Like, you hadn't seen it on social media anywhere. It only came out when she filed the lawsuit. I said,
Wow.
Now they want to make it seem like it's about money. No, it's about the emotional distress that it caused me and my child, and the mere fact that y'all don't think nothing is wrong with it and you're not doing anything about it. Let me make this known.
And the 10s and 20s that probably hadn't said anything if they had to go through that experience.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did y'all want to add anything to that?
That's crazy.
You want to add anything, Weezy?
No, I'm good.
Well, shout out to the culture. Shout out to our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? For having to endure all that. It's just a different damn time. I don't know if we going. We don't even like going from the car to the building in the sun. So you talking about sitting outside working in the sun? Oh yeah, we finna go, Lord. You got a seat up there ready for me because they finna have to go ahead and get that.
Take me right on out.
Right.
No.
Okay, did y'all want to add anything to that?
I think we covered it all, sis.
Alright, let's move right along. Okay, so if y'all gotta pee or do something, y'all can. Get hot. Y'all gotta pee. Okay.
I didn't try.
Number 4. Cue them all over here. So we're gonna have a little music and then we're gonna go right into it.
Ooh, girl, that's so
Tish, quit messing up stuff.
Yeah, listen.
You gotta slide out
boy.
there.
You and McDaniel. My gosh. I don't know why my little stem not moving. It's making me nervous, but it's moving now.
Yeah, somebody just sent this girl a class over notification.
Send who? Tish?
Yeah, on a Sunday. You won't get no answer from me.
Oh, me either. Don't want to get one from me.
I gotta get my passport. My friend is in Mexico.
But what?
Just cause.
Oh. Yes. Where your passport at?
I ain't got it.
We waiting on Tish to come back. This has gonna be on YouTube. One day I'm gonna get it. You know what? I know how to stop and edit stuff, so I'll be able to stop and edit this part. Y'all know how to edit now.
You gotta turn around. So,
Yeah,
I'll have to
a
do
little
it.
bit.
So Weezy gonna have to do that.
Yeah, when Tish come back and see them.
You want a paper towel?
Girl, I am one girl. I'm like Mr. Whitehead. I done got the drinking nigga, got the spitting.
No, this candle ain't keeping no heat. It's the, can you hear me?
It's the ring light. Yeah, you soft though. You know your voice just.
She's like,
I'm trying to be sexy for somebody or something. Tryna be sexy. Tryna be sexy. All right then. Look videographer. Okay, I'm gonna play it and make sure Quincy and them stuff playing.
Who Quincy?
You remember who went for Brock last year we heard?
No.
You remember last year? We don't want to hear all this. Okay, y'all, we're gonna get into our topic.
You hear my Mac sound okay? She putting the mic close enough to her mouth?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, her voice was soft. I just told her that.
Hello,
Here we go. Hey. All right, we are back. We're getting ready to get into our topic, but I want to shout out my boys. Philly Moo, Quincy Cuno Watson, Sexy Chocolate. That's what Philly be saying. Trap Jazz. They are some dope jazz artists straight out of Little Rock. Y'all remember my brunch last year I had? We saw them in my birthday brunch at Soma, South Carolina, Maine.
Yes.
The suit.
Yeah, the suits they had their
okay.
suits on. Yeah,
Moulton.
y'all getting y'all microphones.
Moulton, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mouton.
Mouton.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure y'all talking in the microphone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I have it. Yes, we can. All right, so here we go. We're moving into our topic for the day. The topic is just teachers off duty. We just about to have a little dialogue from an educator's perspective. We just want to know how we feel. Well, we know how we feel. We're just going to kind of talk about how we feel about some things that kind of goes on in the schools. And we ain't sparing nobody. I mean, we know mamas and daddies finna get it.
That's right.
Everybody finna get it. Okay, so we are not here. I do want to make a disclaimer. We are not here to bash anybody. We're not going to disrespect anybody. We're not going to mention any names. We just saying how we feel and talking about what we're talking about. So hopefully the shoe don't fit, but if it fits, you know what to do. Anyway, I feel like y'all we're living in a time where the emphasis and the importance of education and the appropriations in schools are totally different in this generation than it was in ours when we were growing up, right? So there are 3 points that I want to talk about that I feel like are prominent in schools, especially the ones that we work at. And hopefully we can help somebody out. You know what I'm saying? That's always the goal here at the Spiel, to reach somebody, touch somebody, to bless somebody, you know, by any means necessary. So hopefully this conversation is, it may convict you, but hopefully that conviction will help you to get better and to do better, okay? So first, here we go. We get right into it. Educators, y'all ready? You ready? We still baby. Look at Weezy.
Ready.
And booty.
Sunday's best song.
I'm talking about baby over there, pinstripe clean, looking like a candy cane, baby. Okay, listen. The first thing I want to talk about is people often say that education begins at home. Now, I do hear this a lot, right? Especially teachers. I don't know if I hear that. Listen, they say education begins at home, right? And I do hear that from teachers. But I've also heard a parent say that. I had a family member, like literally, and was so serious. She was like, teachers the ones that get paid to teach the child, so why we gotta teach them too? What they doing? You know what I'm saying? But as educators, I want to know you all's opinions on this saying. Like, do you think it's true that education starts at home? And if it is true, we're not just gonna say it started at home, y'all. We're gonna give the people some feedback, and we're gonna give them some instructions, some things that they can, maybe tools that they can take away to make sure that they're preparing their babies before they start school. So make sure you behave. You know, you're an angelic teacher and friend. You gotta behave. Because I don't want your parents on here like, my baby teacher mean.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, right.
You gotta be a different mode of character in that classroom, because they have to know you mean business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, family, no family. I feel like that statement that the teachers are paid to teach. Yes, we are paid to teach, But it does start at home, and I feel like that was an ignorant statement that they made. I'm sorry, not sorry.
That ain't cuz. She said she was
Because you have birthed this child. When you birth a child, you not just sit them in the crib and leave him there until he's old enough to go to school. You have to teach them something. I don't care if you just teaching them how to say their name, point to the TV. You're gonna teach them something.
Yeah.
So don't send them to me and expect me to do your job and mine on top.
All right. Baby, you sound like a fed up teacher. Mr. Law, what you, look at Mr. What you think, Weezy? Don't start. This is not the loop session. This is the educator session.
Alright, when we say foundation,
Uh-oh.
Come on,
when we say
preach on.
foundation starts at home, we talking about behavioral,
And Lord.
teaching your kids respect for adults, they peers. That's what we talking about. We know y'all can't teach the kids. Elementary is the foundation of
Yeah.
education, but their main foundation comes from home.
Yeah.
Like we say, teaching them how to respect adults and their peers. It don't matter who that person tell them what to do, they need to respect that person. That's what we talking about.
That's right.
But it's other stuff that you can teach at home, like teaching your kids how to tie their shoes, teaching your kids their real government name.
What's your name? Boo Boo.
Yeah.
No, what's your name, baby?
Yeah.
Boo Boo.
Like their real government name. Teaching them the house number, the cell number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Their social security number.
Yeah, you talking
I'm just
Weezy.
saying. Like,
He said social security number. In kindergarten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm just saying, it's stuff you can do
Yeah.
at home before
Yeah.
you get to
Absolutely.
school. Colors,
Absolutely. Yes.
numbers,
Yes.
shades,
Yes.
like, stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
so simple.
Yeah.
That's so simple.
And that is so true, because like when you said that they really can't teach what the teachers can teach, and that's true, I agree. But it's some stuff you can do.
Yeah.
If your baby is 4 and going to a school or daycare or any type of academic program, they need to come in on their colors. They need to. They're not. We don't expect their handwriting to be the best penmanship in the world,
Right.
but knowing how to trace your letters or write some fine motor skills,
Yes.
shapes. That Weezy, you did that.
Yes.
That's facts. That's big facts.
Stop
Like I
putting them in
say,
front of the TV or doing
Or the
TikTok.
computers,
Right.
yeah.
I've been in the education field for 12. Well, this is my 12th year, and like I say, I ain't seen kids all the way going through the 2nd grade can't tie their shoes. I'm talking about don't even know, can't even recognize the alphabet. And I'm finna keep it 100 with y'all. Your kids your kids are the George Bush administration, under the George Bush administration.
Yes.
No
No
child
child
left
left
behind.
behind.
No
Facts.
child left behind.
Facts.
Yes. And then when the teacher come up and tell you, hey, we need your kid retention, have a meeting about your kid for retention,
They got a problem.
y'all got a problem. Y'all get upset, get mad.
You talking Weezy.
Nah, hey, it's your fault though.
Yep, you talking.
Because as a parent, you should be checking up on your child. You should be asking the teacher, hey, what's the weaknesses and the strong points?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What
Right.
can I work
Make
with?
the phone.
What can I do?
Right, what can I do
Yes.
at home? Because
Yeah.
I know these teachers telling you what's wrong.
It
When you see them inner reports, and them
Listen.
inner reports ain't adding up to A's and B's, hold on. That's if you get the inner report.
Right. Because they high.
And another thing, that's if the kid bring them home.
That's it.
Because they might, leave it on the bus, but, throw it away before they get to the car, or leave it on the bus.
Right.
I'm just saying, if you really care about your kid education and you want to see your kid do good as a parent, like that's the foundation we talking about.
Yep, already.
You got to be on your you got to be on your job. It's a job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's a job.
is.
It's definitely a
is.
job.
Yep.
It's but then I'm gonna tell you another thing. If you on your job, it'll really let you know what type of teacher you got. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, there's some teachers that don't care.
Yep.
If you don't care, they ain't gonna care.
Listen, I'm talking about
And yeah, hey, I'm keeping it 100 with you.
we see it all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm the way I am. Like when it comes to education, especially with my baby, you know, when you go to school, you put in 1,000%. But I started that foundation with her. You know what I'm saying? She went into school when she started 3-year-old. She went to Head Start Pre-K 3. When she started the Pre-K 3 program, she went in there, y'all. I promise, knowing her colors, being able to trace. Like she was 3, so her motor skills weren't like the bomb.
Right.
But she was using utensils since she was probably 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like we knew she was left-handed. You know what I'm saying? We knew that she could scrape and. Like, I did all that. We listened to alphabets. We sang them. We said the sounds. We did all of that. I was that foundation.
Right.
And I understand some people don't know that this is what you need to do to help, you know what I'm saying, build that foundation. But hell, you got to start.
Yeah.
Like, you let them get on YouTube for anything else. Put them on the ABC videos
Yes.
and the sound videos.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Tish, say something, girl. You ain't saying nothing. You been over here shouting, waving your hand.
Corn church. I swear, ditto to everything, like literally. Parents, I think with the new generation, especially of parents, they call them the Y
The
generation.
Y generation.
Man, it's one of
Yes.
them A, Y, Z.
They the Y.
It really
Yeah.
is. It really is interesting to observe because they really do truly and genuinely believe that it's our job.
Mm.
And when they come home, okay, I'm the mama at home. We're doing what we do at home. When you go to school, that's the time for you to go and learn.
Mm.
And they don't feel that they have to extend their children's learning at home. You ask for homework.
Mm.
What, just so you can have your child doing something busy?
Mm.
Or so you can sit down with your child and try to reinforce the skills that are being taught at school.
Mm.
That's the purpose of homework.
Mm.
The purpose of it is to reinforce.
Mm.
We're not asking you to teach. We've taught it, and now you're reinforcing it at home. Sit your child down and make them read for 30 minutes. Set a timer.
Mhm.
We just need them practicing reading, so they can become more fluent.
Yes.
And like Weezy said, simple stuff, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. I have children in my classroom, and I teach at intermediate grade level. That's 3, 4, or 5, and they don't know their parents' phone numbers. So you want me to, you at the end of the day, you decide, oh, I don't know how I'm getting home. Okay, come over to the phone. You know your mama number? No. I'm here searching up your mama's number in the bedroom.
Literally.
And you're 10?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yep.
You know, I mean, but they can memorize these TikTok
Ooh, baby, I'm talking about that's all you see is just the little dances
Baby.
going on. I just be like,
Ain't
oh.
no
God.
one.
I'm so tired of that.
And you-
look over somebody else.
You don't shake my line.
And you're primary.
Yes.
Well, and
It's a
listen,
struggle.
it is, and it's a struggle because it's something that we can all do to make sure that we get our kids to where we want them to be. Like Tish said, I don't expect you to teach your babies anything because I'm teaching them. I just expect you to reinforce it. When they come home, babe, what you have at school today? Good. Okay, what y'all work on? Okay. Well, what's up? What we got for homework? Nothing. Okay. Well, come on, let's read for a little bit, and then tell me some of the stuff that you learned at school and break it down. Help me to learn it.
Yes.
I was that mama, and I'm still that mama. Literally, my baby's in 10th grade, and I'm like, what y'all do? Here you go, Mac. What we do? Work? Y'all had a quiz, so what were the questions? Hell, I'm trying to answer the questions. I don't do math though, y'all. I'm just not that mama.
Secondary.
Baby, that thing in Algebra 2 pre-AP. No, ma'am. You gonna have to talk to the king about that one because I can't help you, sis.
I mean,
but
okay. I'm sorry. I mean, because
You
but
good,
not
sis.
even as a mom, as an auntie, as a
yeah,
grandma.
you doing that.
Ask you how your day was. Don't
Yeah.
just tell. I mean, you won't tell me good, but I'm gonna say what was good about it.
Right,
Tell me something
yeah.
you did.
Open-ended
talk to
questions.
them.
Open-ended. Don't get the yes or the no. No.
Yes.
Make them give you some answers.
Dialogue.
And I have this thing, it's in a picture form for any of my Steelers. If you want it, DM me, message me, I'll send it to you. But those are questions to ask your child every day after school. It pertains to their day, it pertains to their mental, their emotional, and their educational. What are you doing in school? What did y'all learn? What did it do? What did it teach you? How did it make sense? How did it come together? It's literally questions that requires them to give you a response. Not a yes or no or good or yes or fun or nah, bruh. You just like, what did you eat for lunch? This and that. How did it taste? Though it's those type of questions, detailed questions.
And don't accept no or yes or an answer.
Don't
Right.
accept it.
And then that's another thing with African American households. As educators, we have a lot of professional developments. We go and we sit through these trainings related to reading and all this other stuff.
Lord.
And vocabulary. And I'm just gonna hit on that right there, vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you have the parents of other students. And when I say others, I'm talking about non-minorities who have conversations with their children, who expose them to language, who expose them to all kinds of vocabulary. So when they see that vocabulary on a standardized test, let's go as simple as yard, lawn,
Literally lawn,
mug,
pastries,
yes,
porch, yes.
These and we're talking about tier 1 words.
Yeah.
But our children are not exposed because we don't have conversations with them.
Yeah.
So they're already steps behind because you at home are not talking to them.
That's it. That's big facts. And that's why I've always said that when it comes, that's why one of the reasons I learned that in undergraduate.
Yes.
You know, I promise you, I have had an amazing professor, Dr. Lord Harvey Sr. He your friend brother, Mr. Y, Philander Smith College. He pledged like the 50th so. Yeah, lifetime member. Huh?
Was he a year with me too?
No. He went to Philander, graduated from Philander, and taught at Philander. But he taught at like others, like schools, elementary schools and stuff in the Conway, Mayflower area before he moved to the capital city. But he made us very aware that whenever we do the state, and he was in education 50 years before he retired. 50 years as far as a paycheck, but probably 60 years without the coins and all that stuff. But he let us know, he bombed. He let us know that a lot of those tests, the state exams, and the pre-state exams are always biased because they use a lot of terms that our children are not used to, they're not introduced to, they don't know about, like the pastries with the donuts and breads, the handkerchiefs, cheeks, the wipes, the towels and stuff. He literally said that those tests are biased because we don't come from a reading community.
But they shouldn't be biased.
Should not.
Because our children should be exposed to the exact same
thing. And that's exactly what he
problem.
said. He said, we're not exposing our children to those things. That's why it's easy for other people to test them and watch them fail based on those things because they know we're not exposing them to them. And I promise you, my baby had to have been 2 or 3. Hell, I was about putting novels in her face. Here, you gonna read this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally was dead. I was like, no, you're going to read, you're going to learn some words, and you're going to be teaching me some words that I didn't learn when I was growing up because it's important. When y'all get these tests, and it's real, y'all. They have these state exams, our babies are so lost.
Yes.
So lost, and it's sad. It's like sad because it's something we can do. Even if you can't read as a parent, your baby going to school, make them read. They know how to read something, and the more they read, the better the better readers they become.
Right.
Confidence,
it builds it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not putting that pressure on them and their responsibility on them to do it, they're not gonna do it.
Right.
And what 6 or 7 year old, if you ain't got to read, gonna read?
Correct.
None.
Right.
None. And I am that person. Technology is a beautiful thing, but it's a double-edged sword. I think I've said this before.
Yep.
Put a book in their hand. Paper is still good, people.
Right.
Let them see those pictures. Let them see those words so they can actually see them and not just have to hit a button and let them read to them.
Literally.
Make them do the job.
Right.
I teach, like she said, I teach primary. I tell them every day, this is your job.
Yep.
This is the only thing you have to do.
That's it.
Make them do their job.
That's it.
And then when it, go ahead, Weezy.
Also, I think technology playing a bigger part in this too. I think they're having too much technology.
Yep.
Even in the schools.
Yeah.
Why do everybody have a Chromebook and why do we have to submit lessons on the Chromebooks on websites every day, all day? Nah, bro, we teaching in here.
Right.
That's how we grew up, and I think we turned out just fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then we got the teachers, and it's nothing wrong with it, but doing lessons through TikTok and do what you do, sis, bro.
Right.
If that floats your boat, it rocks mine. I'm good. However, what is it doing for our babies?
Right.
It's taking so much away from them writing letters.
Yep.
You know, these kids don't even know how to write in cursive.
Right.
I literally,
that just came back last year.
it did,
Like, just came
literally
back.
just came back,
Right.
and
So when did they stop it?
years
I know they
ago.
stopped. I know they stopped it, but like when did they stop it?
Years ago,
Years ago.
Weezy. Like cursive was taken out of the standards like
Yes.
years ago. I'm 9
So-
years in. I came in. We weren't doing cursive.
So it's
Right.
like they go fill out an application.
Can't
They
say
don't know the
Write their
difference.
name. They don't
Literally, don't.
You know what I'm saying? They did.
And now the application's online.
Yo, they do.
That ain't even gotta go in do the application. They just get online
Yeah.
and then sign their signature, try to write their signatures, and they just write it in print. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, Johnny Cochran, who's John? Google it. But I do have like my last probably 4 minutes of class. My students, I have a tier 2 cursive writing packet. I make them like this is what you're doing, and this is a part of your participation points. Because you never know. What if the Lord just shut all these foolishness down?
Right.
Baby, we back to writing letters. We back to sending telegrams. These kids gonna be lost in the
I
sauce.
got something real quick. You know, I took my baby last night to see Beast.
Okay.
And you know, at the beginning of the movie, when they first arrived in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
the youngest baby was like, "Do you have your Wi-Fi password?"
Mhm.
Whatever. And the man told her, "Well, no, we won't be Wi-Fi. There's none of that. You know, there's enough." My baby looked at me and said, "Oh, I would be dead."
And she's in 5th grade.
Yes. I said, "Are you serious?" And she was dead.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're so dependent
Yeah.
on technology.
Yeah.
Like,
So
literally.
dependent.
And there are times where I have to tell her, put that phone down. Just
Mhm.
put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something else.
Yeah.
Because it has crippled. And it ain't like our babies. Our black babies need any more curriculum.
I mean, they need none.
And-
I mean, none. Because that's what people depend on. They already know they're going to be crippled by something.
Oh, yeah.
But that's so true. Mr. Wilson like that with Mackenzie. Put that phone, go outside, go run around the house or something. Go out, you know, like literally. They do not like vitamin D. I'm like, bruh, my grandma will plug that water hose up and say, you come in, you stand in.
There
We
you
be
go.
outside all
All
day
day.
in the sun playing kickball, flipping on somebody's mattress,
Riding
hanging on
bikes.
my grandma's
Yep.
paint clothes, ropes. I'm talking about, we
Yes.
was outside.
Play.
Walking to the corner
Oh,
store.
Lord.
Get
That's what we say.
something.
This ain't the same son.
But listen, baby. No,
He let me go.
baby, the son done get grown. He said he's sick of us. Said, let me make them stay inside. I'm sick of them. I'm gonna keep them in the house. Listen. Okay, so outside next question. So the point, so remember I told y'all, Spill, is that we were gonna talk about it, but we were also gonna leave you all with some tools to help you with whatever it is our discussion is. So we talked about the importance of education starting at home. Some of the tools you can utilize are basic things. Teaching your babies the colors, teaching them their alphabets, teaching them their government name, their real name, not boo-boo, but their real name. Teaching them your name, teaching them their phone number, how to tie their shoes, how to properly pull up their breeches and tighten them or fasten them when they come from the restroom, how to respect adults.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or yes and no as a proper response. No attitudes, being positive, giving them positive affirmation, instilling confidence in them. Because when we give our kids that, it's easy for them to receive it and it's easy for them to give it. But if we're not telling our little girls they're pretty or our little boys that they're handsome and they're smart, when they hear somebody else call the next person handsome, pretty, smart, beautiful, they looking at them upside their heads. That's an at-home problem too. And those little things can give our kids so much confidence, okay? So, okay, now here's something that made me scratch my head. Because I told y'all know we living in a different generation. The village, baby. Listen, when I grew up in the south side, I'm coming from the south side. Anyway, I grew up north side. John Barrow, yes sir. So, me and Mr. Wise Southside, though, so it's the majority. But listen, I grew up in the South End community of Little Rock. That is one of the well-known communities in the central city, the capital city of Little Rock. In my community, we had a village. when I say a village, we had a village, y'all. Outside of our mamas, if the school couldn't call your mama or your daddy, they gonna call your grandma, your auntie, your uncle, and guess what? If they wasn't available, your neighbors, your church members, your pastors. Like, there was accountability held for every single child in my family, in the neighborhood, and just the generation I grew up in. I mean, we could be walking home from school and we could see, ooh, girl, look, there go Brittany grandma, you know, ooh, girl, look, there go Brittany uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a village all the time. So I'm saying that to say, the disrespect and the foolishness that's going on now, baby, was not an option. Because somebody was going to give it to you. And if not somebody, everybody was. Yeah, it just depends on how mad they got. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think now? It's like now the respect that kids and fat mamas, because you know they mamas and daddies and uncles and aunties comes to the schools clowning now. It's like this disrespect that they have for educators has diminished tremendously, not only to teachers, but just the authority of the adults. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody, the teachers, the parents, the cafeterias, the security guard, anybody, the kids just wrong, you know? So do you all think that there is a shortage in the village when it comes to the level of disrespect that we see with the kids? And when I say disrespect, I'm talking about just the behavior, the combativeness, the attitudes, just all that, you know what I'm saying? Like me now being in middle school, the attitudes that these little girls have, middle school, y'all. I'm talking about you can be like, good morning. Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, what happened, sis? What's pregnant? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the attitude, y'all, I am so serious right now.
Yes.
When I say it's scary,
Yes.
it's like, bruh, you like little. You got a whole life to live. And this how you acting? Like, what the, like my cousin say, what the problem is? Like, what is going on? So what do y'all think about that? Like, how do y'all feel about the village and the behaviors of the students?
Let's see.
Where to start?
Hey, that's their foundation. Their homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was coming up, hey, my mama was the village.
Listen.
When, hey, she was enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, do not.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I'm saying? The village was my mama, so it was enough. Like the neighborhood we was coming up in, we didn't walk out to like people making good money and stuff like that. We walked out into gangs, drug dealing, pimping, robbing, scamming, all that. You know what I'm saying? So she seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even before I was born, what was going on. So when she got kids, she's like, "Now you can let my kids grow up in this.
Right.
My kids not gonna become a statistic."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the foundation we talking about. Hey, like I say, 12 years in the district. Hey, I seen a lot. I seen a lot. It's like working with kids. You either want to have them and bring them up right, or you don't want to have none at all.
That's it.
right.
You know, some of the stuff that I've seen, and you really look at it like, sit back and look like, do these parents really care about these kids?
Right.
And that's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do these parents really care about their kids? How they come to school? You know what I'm saying? That's just what I've seen, and what you know what I'm saying. What I've seen by working with kids. You know what I'm saying?
And then how you turned out, because I'm thinking about your mama, you know what I'm saying, like you exposed to everything that's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? But your mama was like, yeah, this is what's going on in the world, but my son ain't gonna be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? When do we get that attitude back? You know, when do the parents know we exposing our children to the hood? My baby the same way, she grew up the first few years of her life in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you grew up in the neighborhood, the hood probably gonna be in you, but you ain't gonna be in the hood, and you gonna know how to, you know what I'm saying, act, and I'm going to show you a different route.
Right.
And your mama did that, but when what they gonna do now? I'm just saying.
It's like, you know, like you say, these parents, like, when are they gonna wake up and say, look here, my child ain't gonna grow up the way I did. My child ain't gonna go through the things that I went through. When, you know, when they gonna step up and, you know, and say, like, you know, like, you know, my mother, she's in the district too, and some of the stuff she be telling me, be like, man, like, you just shake your head because you can relate.
Right.
And she on the middle school level,
Right.
so she been in middle school and high school level. You know, ever since she been in the district before she got a permanent job with the district.
Mm.
So like she said some of the stuff she come home and tell me,
Yep.
it'd be like, you know, it'd be crazy. Something like how these parents don't care.
Mm.
And then the parents don't want the teachers in the school to be a part of the village. They want to pick and choose. You want to fight us. Well, we're trying to tell you and tell your child what's right. You want to go against the grain. You want to come up to the school and you want to cut up. And your child sitting back watching it all. Watching every move you make, all of the actions, all the negativity. You talk down on the teacher at home, and then send the child to school. So how do you expect that child to react to that teacher? Respect him or her? I doubt it.
That's where the combativeness comes in from.
Yes.
If the child see you doing one thing to the teachers, they're going to do the exact same thing. And parent, let me just make this known. We don't do what we do for the coinage. We don't do what we do for the check. Because I promise you, it's blank. It is blank. Let me just make that clear. We do what we do because of our passion, our love for children, us wanting to see your children excel, us wanting to see your children grow, us wanting to plant those seeds into your babies. So it hurts my feelings and pisses me off at the same time when I deal with combative parents, because it's like, wait. I promise you, sis, the money ain't got nothing to do with it, and me liking and loving your child ain't got nothing to do with it either. It's me doing what I love to do and wanting to plant that seed into them. But if you coming at me like this, like it ain't that serious. We're supposed to be teammates.
Right.
You know, if you going off on me and saying what you're saying behind my back to your child, that's why y'all babies coming in and teaching these and acting like this with these teachers.
Right.
Because y'all at the house acting foolish and talking foolish about this. Not everybody, because we have some amazing dope parents.
Yes,
thank God for y'all. Shout out to y'all for real.
Definitely make sure you
But
shout them out.
literally,
Y'all know who we talking about.
And my girl gave you the disclaimer at the beginning, it's a shoe fix.
I mean, I'm just saying, you don't have to put it on. But at the end of the day, we're not telling you anything. I tell my parents every year, conference, open house, listen, the seeds that I plant into your children, I promise you, I want whatever educator is standing in front of my daughter to plant it in front of her. If whatever I project, that's what I want projected to mine. So I'm not projecting foolishness. I'm not being, extra, whatever. But if there's a problem and I see the problem, we're going to have a conversation. But the conversation is not to condemn you. It's not to talk bad to you or on your child. It's just to say, hey, I see this shortage. I see this gap. I see this deficit. Let's try to close it. What we gonna do, sis? Bro, what we gonna do? How we gonna fix it? Whatever you need me to do, let me know.
Right.
But if you're gonna, that's a problem. That's a problem, y'all. Cause like I said, they don't pay us enough. They do not pay us enough, and I'm being dead serious. They don't pay us enough. I mean, we thank you, Lord. We're not complaining at all because we have a job, but this is what we choose to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we love. We choose to do this because I'm pretty sure we could be somewhere else making, 40, 50 more.
Right.
But we here in the shortage in the states of the United. Teaching your children where, baby, it's a lie. It's just a shortage in this field. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ooh, anybody else want to add anything?
I would just, this is it. You said the village is gone, but I think with this generation, the sense of family is no longer a group of people. It's the people in my household.
Yeah.
So therefore, when they don't get that foundation that we got, you know what I'm saying? From my mama, from my uncle, from Miss Willie D.
Yes, the candy lady.
But I came up
Church.
with church.
Yeah.
I don't even, I just got in church like for myself for real. We grew up around it, but we still had those people that were there to instill those values in us.
Right.
So that the sense of family is lost. So therefore, they don't get that anymore.
Right.
And they just worry about what's in mine, and
Right.
then they want to act silly when something else happens or somebody teach them something contrary to what they've been taught.
Yeah.
So that's why this is no
Yeah.
longer
But
the village is no more what it was.
Right.
like I say, the foundation that we talking about. It's like, I think I posted this meme up on Instagram. It's like, y'all let the coaches cuss them out, yell at them, talk down to them. And then
Preach, Weezy, preach.
when the teacher
Come on,
Ooh.
Weezy.
say right, so teacher ain't gotta say nothing out of the line. Your kid went home and just said the teacher said this and said that.
Because they was embarrassed.
Yo.
I had that
Yo.
happen. Because I said, you need
Yo.
to be in this class.
Yo.
Baby, I had a whole record. Like, you'd have thought
Yeah.
I was a coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think I saw Reggie Swin post something like that on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. He said one of the same things. He said, you know, the village is short and priorities are messed up. The coach can do anything, can do any type of constructive criticism because you're trying to get that baby to the NFL.
Yes.
You trying to get that baby to making you some money.
Wow.
But when that teacher trying to do something to get him in them
Ain't
books,
that a trip?
it's a problem. She said that. I was like, what? If you don't preach this sermon today.
Today.
That's beautiful.
Today.
Woo!
And see, what they'll tell you is, Miss Smith, if he get the cutting up, here, let me give you the coach number. So
Yes.
they'll give you the coach
Yes.
number real quick. But
Cause they don't want to see that, you know.
yeah, they don't want to
Let's see
sit
that
on the
number pop up.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but hey, that's what we.
And
That's
then if
what
you
we
think
did.
about it, with Generation Y,
Yeah.
I'm coming back to that.
Come on, Generation Y.
Listen, Big Mama is no more in a
Mm.
lot of these situations.
God.
You got grandmas that
God.
are 30.
Oh, Bernie Mac. Grandmama
I'm just
real
saying,
talk. That's
like,
them
seriously.
facts. Them big facts.
Baby, them values, them deep-rooted
Yeah,
morals
them
and all
big
of that.
facts.
A lot
Gone.
of that, I mean, that's few and far in between now.
Yeah.
And it
it
really is sad.
Yeah.
It really is sad. You have to really look for that.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't exist anymore
Yeah.
in this generation.
That's true. My grandma died at 98. She died last year. Maybe them bow legs used to come down to elementary school any day. Let somebody call somebody. And it was about 20 of us at the same elementary school. She gonna come down there for one, but she walk into every class to make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to be doing. I done came down here for this one, and I need to make sure y'all know what, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And even the fear, I mean, not like fear, like I'm scared of
Oh,
my
No
mom, scared
disrespect.
of fear
Of
of your
respect,
parents.
authority.
Yes.
You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
God.
You couldn't even tell me you finna call my mom.
Listen,
I ain't doing nothing.
Baby.
Leave that job to
baby.
Baby.
or the
Baby.
baby. When she said I'm gonna get you when you get home. Now I got to wait and work.
Yeah.
I don't have that fear.
Listen.
Call my mama.
Come back.
Care.
They giving you the number. 5122122. It's like,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
If you give me the number, I know she ain't finna be on my side. Never mind.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is so true.
Absolutely.
No, you said that, baby.
You said
Because
that.
that's
You said that.
big facts. When I say I promise you, I've just experienced it recently.
Me
Told the
too.
mama and the phone on the wayside. I'm like,
Mhm.
baby, if mama can't do nothing, I don't stand a chance. But I made it clear. I don't care what you got going on there. But in
Correct.
here, this
Correct.
what we doing. Now, either you're gonna sit and learn
Yes.
or do what you do. But
Yes.
whatever it is, you're gonna be quiet and respectful in this class.
Correct.
But that fear of authority, that fear of respect is gone.
Non-existent.
And it's not that we want the kids to fear their parents, because you need to have that relationship with your parents,
Yeah.
but you need to have a fear of respect of authority.
Yes.
Like, you need to know this is an authoritative figure,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, if I get out of line, it can go this way or that way.
Correct.
They ain't got that now.
Correct. No,
They
they
don't.
don't.
You
And
said
that is
that,
the
girl.
problem.
That is the problem. Absolutely. Yeah. That's it. But hey, that's it. 'Cause I had a little girl tell me the other day. I said, okay, well, I'll just give you, because you know, I had to calm way down. This is year 17 for me. Back in the day, I used to shake the table, slam the book. I said, you know what? Hey, whew.
17
I gotta keep
is.
myself. I gotta
Yeah.
bring that down, but still mean business.
Right.
So I just told her as calm as I could. Okay, well, we can just call your mom. She said, call her. She shrugged her shoulders just
Ooh.
like that. Call her. So I called the number. Grandma answers the phone. I'm explaining to grandma what the expectations are. I'm not asking your grandchild to do anything that's unreasonable. I just ask that she follow my instructions,
Mhm.
do her part while she's here at school. That's right, Miss Smith. But you know, did she take that pill? at 12
Oh,
o'clock?
Lord, see?
And you know, she start rattling off all the medications
See?
that the baby takes. You know, so that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Excuses. Excuses.
Baby, in the real world cares nothing about excuses. I know
Or
sometimes
about
we.
your ADHD.
I know we have, you know, sometimes our children have issues and diagnoses that they cannot help.
Mhm.
Our job as parents is to make sure that they're on their medicines, to still teach them responsibility and all of that good stuff, because I promise y'all, when the babies turn 18,
Mm.
the police department do not care about the
Same.
ADD None of that. I promise you
The
don't.
judge don't
But the
either.
judge definitely don't.
The prosecutor attorney don't.
Don't. When they go apply for an apartment or a house or a job, they are not going to ask, hey, well, did you happen to have ADD? Or did you? The world does not care about that, y'all. And that's something we're going to hit on at the end. We got one more question, and then we're going to hit on that too, because I feel like we're setting our kids up for failure with all these diagnoses and these labels. Because when they get grown and the mama ain't ready for them to get out and get on their own, now sis, bro, you're going to be stuck taking care of them because you had let them put all these labels on your baby. Now your baby got these labels because you spoke those things that weren't as if they were. And then your baby got them. And then you finna be taking care of your baby the rest of your life. Just like we had to take care of them for a whole year or a whole half long. We had to take care of them in our classroom. Ooh, that's something.
You're exactly right.
Y'all want to add anything to that?
We go on and on. Next question.
So the tools we want to leave you all with that when it comes to the village, allow people to come in and to help you. We all want to be INDEPENDEND. Do you know what that means? We all want to be independent. We all want to say, I raised them, or I raised her, or I did that. But it takes a village, y'all. We cannot. I don't care how strong you may feel like you are. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do it by yourself. Utilize your resources, your physical, humane resources. People that you know are going to support you, but you got to do your part too. You know, you can't, bite the apple and then try to put the apple piece back on the apple saying that, well, I did. Nah, sis, bro. We got, if we're going to work together, let's work together. But utilize your village. We need a village, y'all. These children need a village today. And I promise you, nobody is out to attack, to hurt your babies. We just want to love on them, but we want to lead them the right way, okay? So utilize your village. Okay, our last question. So, the prediction of the future of education. And this is my last question. I want to know, what do you guys think the prediction right, we all been tired. How do we think the future of education look? And I ask this because y'all, so many educators are leaving the field. The shortage is real. I was telling them prior to us pressing record that I watched a lady do an interview, a Houston educator. And Houston was one of the districts that had like almost 800 teachers, an 800 teacher shortage this school year, literally.
They were also advertising in art.
And they were advertising, we got billboards.
Big time.
We got billboards.
Big stepping.
Big stepping. Look, we gonna pay y'all 15 racks more. Come down, baby.
Big stepping. I was like, ooh. Hey, Texas don't care.
Listen, we try. I was telling my husband, you know I love Houston now. What we gonna do? He's talking about we gotta get baby on to college first and then we can talk, okay. But listen, I said that because she was literally, the journalist was asking her, well, what do you think it is? Why do you think it is? And she said, first of all, well, from a personal experience, and she went in. She said that there's a lack of support for educators. She said that the support doesn't come from central office, administration, anything. She said she often feels by herself. She feels like that there's not an advocate for her or a lot of her teachers. She said that there's an inconsistency in the union. You know, she said the union want to step up and step out when it's beneficial for them.
That's right.
But whenever the teacher needs that help and the support, she said no one is there to be found. She said, oh, did I mention the students? The students are, I mean, this is just a different generation of time. Like, these children are just different. They're different. And she said, I don't get paid enough for the stressors that being an educator causes. She said the students, she said the behaviors that they cause, and she said, and then you did ask for security or help, they talk to them, send them back to the office, and it's even worse. You know, sometimes causing a domino effect, which I said that a long time ago. I said if you don't have your classroom management down from day one, one child can cause a domino effect to your classroom, and it's gonna be ineffective the entire year. But she said that, and then y'all, she said, I don't get paid enough to deal with this. She said they don't pay me enough to deal with all of that, and then they've added additional paperwork, additional lesson plan, things that they want me to add for lesson plannings, and she said I don't get paid enough for that. And that's why the teachers are leaving the field. And it's true because one of the teachers that worked with us a long time ago, that was fired, she a medical assistant now, y'all. She checked me in. I said, girl,
Look.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. She checked me in. though, baby, because she had already clowned and y'all. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The lady said she does not, that they don't pay us enough to deal with what we deal with from everything. And then she said, and teaching is a job nowadays that you can no longer go home and just be free. She said you have to take your work home, and you're not getting compensated anything for that. She said, so in order to be an effective teacher, you have to take work home.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm effective. I don't take work home. I don't do that no more, sis. I did that at the beginning of baby. Those days are long gone.
And I agree with you because when you leave that school, because I'm staying after hours already. I shift in at 3:05. I'm there at 5:30, depending on what I got to do. And after. So when I go home, I'm at home.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that too.
Yeah.
I need my home to be my home, my sanctuary. Get my mental back. Get my health back.
And you have to establish that, because if you don't, you will be so consumed and so caught up and so overwhelmed. You will literally drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
And I promise you, there were many days where I was like, dang, the people at the Kroger, when they clock out, they at home. The people at the post office, they at home. The police department at home. The nurses, like, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that educators literally teach all day and then you still gotta go home and do nah, bro, that ain't right. That is not right.
Yes.
That ain't
Don't
right.
get done during the day.
Baby.
It'll get done tomorrow. You can wait for it.
Yeah.
I'll take that. You just gonna have to wait.
It's gotta wait, sis.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think? Do y'all feel like that the shortage is due to the way that the education, because I still don't feel like they don't put enough respect on our name.
Yeah, I think
You know,
it
I
is.
feel like because of an educator, we have your doctors, you have your lawyers, you have your
Help
firefighters, you have your nurses,
All of
you
them.
have your college
All of them.
professors.
Correct.
Every profession is because of an educator, but they don't put enough respect on our name.
No.
They don't.
No.
Yeah.
Go to Asia. Go to Asia.
Baby, listen, worshiping them.
But
Go to Asia.
Worshiping them.
6 figures.
Listen, Dubai.
Go to Dubai.
Listen.
Yes.
Baby, worshiping their
Respect.
teachers.
Yes.
Respect. I mean, we get Teachers Appreciation Week.
In May
Don't
at
go
the end
there.
of the year.
Yeah.
How about
Don't
appreciate
go
it?
Literally.
We need several of those through the year.
Start my appreciation early. Listen,
Yeah.
that, yeah.
But you know, that's true though, because like I say, some of these districts they getting weaker and weaker every year, and then when you boil down to it, the reason why they getting weaker, it's a money game.
It's a money game.
Politics.
They
Politics.
That's
They
the
don't
problem.
want. They doing everything they can to get these students to stay at the school.
Mm-hmm.
How you know what? We ain't gonna suspend them.
Mm-hmm.
We just gonna talk to them. We just gonna talk to them. We ain't gonna suspend them. They giving these kids chance after chance.
And you know, back in the day, bro, when I say, I was thinking about that a minute ago. I was like, dang, when kids acted bad in elementary, we didn't see them for a few days.
Yeah.
I came from an elementary school.
We were in school suspension.
It wasn't. My principal was the first black principal of a big magnet school in the one of the biggest districts in the state of Arkansas. She will drive you to your house. Your mom, what nobody answering the phone?
Oh, yeah.
Baby, I'm gonna say her name because everybody know her, Karen Buchanan. Baby, you getting in that vehicle, do you hear me? And she's driving you home. Like, nah, we not doing this. Nah. So he gonna sit here with you for a few days. Maybe you can help him get it together. And when he come back, we can go from there. If we need to take a step further, we will. But he gonna have to sit with you. Karen would drop you off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that I'm talking about, yell at him in the class. Baby, that kid gone and you don't see them the rest of the day. Yell at them.
You gotta give them chance after chance after chance after chance.
What did you do?
after
Did you
chance.
sign this?
What
Did
did
you
the
write this
teacher do?
down? Did you do this?
What did the teacher
Did you refer him? Did you do this?
Yeah.
Well, did you talk?
It's a category 1.
Right.
And then now, let's be clear, because at these PDs,
Oh yeah.
now they got these principals standing up in front of these staff members talking about what should be handled in the classroom versus what should be a referral to the office. So they're scrutinizing principals for suspending students
Yep.
and sending them to the house.
Oh,
And that's why I say like I'm not so hard really on administration because I feel like their hands are almost tied too. But it depends on the type of administration you have.
Right.
Because if you have administration that's gonna come in, baby, loaded and ready, not tolerate no foolishness, you really ain't gonna have to worry about your students
Right.
playing them type of
Right.
games with you. But when they come in trying to be everybody's friend and want that, and it's over with,
Yo.
baby. And when I say I'm so grateful where I am now, listen, and I'm middle school. But my administrators, they set the bar from day one. This is what we're going to do. To the parents, too.
Yeah.
This is what, like, we literally have had parent meetings, open house, open nights. We need to talk to the parents real quick so we can kind of go over this disciplinary stuff with them. If you come, you come. If you don't, you don't. If you don't come and you miss out on what happened, well, these are the steps. We talked about that then. These are the steps, and he's on step 3. This is the next step, like literally. And when you work with under administration like that, it makes your job easier because you know, let me go ahead and just take my 2 category 1, 2, and 3 notes. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get this and these anecdotal records and record this stuff so I can get them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why should we have to do that?
Right.
What's going on that we have to put your child out of class because they don't want to do the work? They're being disrespectful. Like, what's going on?
Yep.
Politics.
Definitely politics.
Much politics. People making the rules are not the ones that sit in class.
And they never been in one.
I ain't never been in one, baby.
It all boils down to that money.
That's it, that money.
That money. Because you gotta understand, you got some of these districts, they losing kids to these charter schools.
That's it. Look, Watch, you going deep on people today.
Hey,
I wasn't even gonna bring that up. You know what I'm saying? But that's big facts.
You got a lot of these
That's big facts.
big school districts, they losing kids to these charter
Every year
schools.
the numbers go
But
lower
hey,
and lower.
I'm like this. I just hate to be like this, but when it come to okay, my school give money for how they test scores is, hey, they ain't being proficient on their test, hey, they can go.
That's it.
I'm just gonna be honest. You wanna go to a charter school, go ahead. But we know why the reason you want to a charter school because your mama, that foundation we talking about, that foundation ain't being taught
That's
at
it.
home.
That's it.
And your mama or your dad think you can come up here and act a fool
Yeah. Yeah.
and be disrespectful towards adults. Okay, go ahead. You want to but that's what it boils down to. To me, it boils down to it ain't even about education no more.
Money.
It's about money.
And they so hard on us.
And they really hard. And you take your
They
kid to a charter school
Right.
where your teachers don't have to be certified.
No
Or
certification.
qualified.
No.
But I gotta go through all the steps and you
Listen.
want to get mad at me. But you take them over there,
That part.
and don't have to be certified, so they
That
can spend
part.
all day on the computer.
That's it.
And not get taught.
That's
Ask
it.
them what
See,
they read.
that's
today.
it.
Write
But-
something for you.
I'm
That's
like,
it.
I'm like this too though.
That's
Preach
it.
that town.
You better
Hey.
preach that
I'm
though.
like
You
this
felt
too.
that
I'm like this too. No matter where your child go, middle school,
thing.
charter school or public school, private school.
Yeah.
If that teacher ain't got no classroom management,
Baby.
it's over.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
It's a wrap.
That teacher gonna be taking a drink before they at lunchtime, in before they get home, in before they
I
go
ain't
to
been
bed.
teaching though.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Listen.
saying, but if the teacher ain't got no classroom management,
It's over with.
it's over. And I believe me, I ain't seen it
Yeah.
year
We've
after
seen it all.
year.
Baby.
I ain't seen it
Nah,
year after year.
Mhm.
If a teacher don't give a credit, they teach a black, white, with polka dot, whatever.
Not polka dot.
Hey, stripe, pinstripe, hey, whatever.
Pinstripe is a pinstripe.
If that teacher, he or she ain't got no classroom management,
Over with.
it's over with.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
And those
had-
are the ones that kick and buck. Parents, those are the ones that y'all kick and buck at the most. Those of us who got that good classroom management. Because you
Or
feel
try-
like what you,
We too
you
strict.
said this to your child this way. I said, come on now. You cussing them out though.
Listen,
I'm like, "Girl,
literally.
to the car. And you know, I'm gaining his trust because he's been off the chain. I found out because I'm in a new school. He's been off the chain since he's been there. Okay, so I'm breaking through to him, but then he'll go on the playground, he'll cuss them out, the adults, and act the fool, you know. So they sending him in off the playground to the office. So I walked him out to the car. Mama already, she had that face on, so I said, okay, how am I gonna get this out? So I'm, okay, ma'am, I start going, letting her know what's going on, telling her what he has said and all of this, that. So she's with me, and I'm like, okay, I got her, because she seemed like she was getting ready to try to book.
Mm-hmm.
So then she turned around asking him, I don't tell you to do, because he told us that she gave him permission to disrespect the paraprofessionals on the playground.
Mm.
So he going back. She turns around and says, listen to what the hell in front of me. So you cuss him out, but then I can't be stern with your child, and you want to go off.
Right. That's how they be operating.
Baby.
Just act like my grandma used to say, excuse my language, ass backwards.
Oh,
just ask
very much
backwards.
so. But we always tend to get off topic, so the question was.
No, that was good. They was talking about the behaviors because you cussing them out, and I was listening to, gosh, I don't know what that was, but it was like I think it's like an education podcast that I listen, because I listen to a lot of them, and somebody was like, you want your child to go to school to have a great day, you cursing them early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
wait. Doing all that,
baby.
and that's what they said the music, they said the tone that you set from the time your child feet hit the ground is going to determine that child's day.
Yes.
So if your child wake up not to a good person, but hurry up, do it, then of course they're not going to have a good day, and they're going to project all of that. They got to release it some way. That anger, that sadness, that depression, that frustration, they got to release it, because that's the tone you set for them that day.
Yeah.
And that is so true, because I have to get myself ready. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm trying to get myself ready to have a productive, positive, amazing day, I'm setting my tone super fine. My baby tone finna be the same way.
Yeah.
We jazz or Jesus. Pick one. Which one you wanna listen to today? We ain't doing no rapping. We ain't listening to Missy or Beyonce. As much as I love them, we jazzing on the Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That's where we starting off at. Then what you do after you get acclimated into first period and get your day started, that's on you, sis. Yeah. But this is how we're about to start the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's so true.
Yeah.
And then you wanna cuss them out and don't think they finna cuss somebody else out.
Right.
And I just said that I put it on, anyway, these kids be cursing. What I say they be cursing? I be like, what?
Wrong with it.
I'm talking about,
From the chest.
I do duty, and they playing football and basketball. They playing football, basketball, and running like on the courtyard, like track, like racing each other. Bruh, I'm like, you ain't even gotta say all this just to get it. Run that back, run that. Come on, you BA. And I'm just like, y'all are like 10 and 11. Like, what is going on?
Hey.
Goodness, y'all just getting started. That mean y'all tongue gonna be foul.
That's worked up to that.
That's that foundation.
That's that
foundation they get.
Pulling up to the building,
Yeah.
pulling up to the building, listening to the baby. I'm pulling up on the thumb. I'm pulling up in the thumb.
Put the blood out before they turn in. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
Hey.
or not.
Hey, it been plenty of days I open up the door and like,
I'm
okay.
talking about how, and that's another thing. And this is, I'm in middle school now, so I haven't had this experience. Thank God. I hope I never do. But in elementary doing duty, there is no why is y'all smoking like that with y'all babies in the car? Like, come on, I know it's legal. You may have a card, but put some respect. Everybody got no card. 90% of them don't. Especially the ones that pulling up smoking. They definitely ain't got no car.
No.
But listen, why are y'all pulling up to the bill? Why are y'all dropping y'all kids off like that?
Got, your kids got the back. Your kids' backpacks got the whole class on one.
Everybody high. Everybody.
Keisha got to go through and smell all the backpacks. Hey, get it out the class. Hey.
To sit in the hall. I had that too.
Gotta call it custodians. I got some Febreze or something.
I had a parent to come to my class to visit before COVID. Baby, I had a parent. She came, I promise to God, y'all. I said, I know this is not really happening to me. Baby, trees, I'm talking about, I felt like I probably was high. I was like, maybe I got a little contact just standing by her. Because she wanted to come in and see what her son was doing. And you done came in, it's like she smoked the blunt up until she got to the door. And she put it out and stepped on it and put it in her purse.
Hey.
I was like, what the
Them windows
hell?
was rolled tight.
Baby, listen, she wasn't letting nothing out. She wasn't letting nothing out.
I want all the smoke.
All
we are the most scrutinized profession, the most disrespected and undervalued profession,
Oh yeah.
underpaid.
I'm talking about
Now, let's
anybody
be
working
clear.
in the education field.
Right.
I'm talking about from the custodians all the way to
Yeah.
the.
Listen,
I'm talking about
so undervalued.
And
so
then you know what?
disrespected.
You know what they need to do? Since I be listen to the Power People poll. When they be having these questions about educators and stuff like that.
Yes.
It was one. I think it was this week.
Yes.
Where the lady was talking about that they dress code.
Yes.
Girl, you
That's the
better
one.
Like, yeah,
That's the one y'all was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, talking about they dress code. I'm like,
That's
talking about
the
she
one.
used to be an educator, this and this and that.
Mhm.
Oh, and when we don't come in there professional. Hold on, real quick though, y'all. Hold on. Okay, let me move this out. I need to move Chris out. Cause I ain't want him to come in while we talking. But she was talking about she didn't want us to. What?
She was talking about how
we dressing
educators
crazy.
dress these days. They talking about they dress too casual.
Right.
This ain't no 500 what they call it
Fortune 500.
Yeah, this ain't no Fortune 500
This ain't Wall
job.
Street.
You know what I'm saying? So
And her kids probably one of the kids that people got to tackle, and she want us to come there suited and booted and heels on.
the way these kids activated now.
Listen, wow,
You
why are they
gotta
Sunday
you gotta be prepared. Be prepared for anything.
anything?
I'm just saying how the way I'm talking about from an elementary level all the way to high school level.
Yes.
And so she want us to come in there suited and booted, huh?
She does. That's what she's saying.
Well, she can take her to, I don't, homeschool them, sis.
No.
Let them watch the video. Because, I mean, even the homeschool virtual videos, like, I looked at some because of the program that I use for my intervention. And they dress sweaters, sweats, like,
Yeah.
Like to me, you
where
looking
she
at
work at, she probably ain't got
I don't
The
know.
wrong thing.
Like you looking at the wrong
The
thing.
wrong
You should be
thing.
worried about your child getting this getting education.
Period.
If they doing what they supposed to do, teaching my child what my child needs to be doing
Period.
to graduate.
The end.
You know, that's what you should be worried
And I can
about.
say that my building, I come from a building that the dress code is lax. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have suits and stuff on. You'll come in there on a Monday or a Wednesday, and we probably have on a school t-shirt and some jeans. But I promise you, it's some good learning going on in that building. It's some when I say some. It's some good learning going on in the building. But for you to be concerned about what, like, you didn't have nothing else, you couldn't find nothing else. Like, who you mad at? What your child did? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause it's not that serious. And then we're standing on our feet all day.
Right.
Like, where they do that at?
Probably mad because the teacher done told her, ma'am, your child can't wear that hoodie in here.
Oh, yeah.
So then when you start saying, okay, you can't wear this, or you put
Yeah.
stipulations on them,
Yeah.
well, what the teacher got on, she got
Yeah.
on the t-shirt, the jeans.
Yeah.
You know, then that's when they start picking at us and zeroing in on what we do and don't do.
And that's what I was talking about with the parents. Like, why? Like, and you showing your child that. So now this is an approach your child is gonna have in life, and it's gonna mess them up.
Yeah.
It's going to mess them up because nobody's going to allow you to work for them with that type of attitude.
Right.
You're not going to be able to start your business with that type of attitude, worried about what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that
And then showing them and giving them an example of how to buck against authority.
combativeness.
Because I tell my students, like I told them last week, you know, these assessments right here, I don't want to do them, but guess what? I'm going to because I have to. That's the same attitude that you should have when it comes to your education. Things that you may not want to do, you do them because you have to do them. And you don't kick and buck. I'm not going to go to my principal and say, oh, I don't want to do this.
Right.
I said, because it's my
house.
job. That's your job. You do that. I'm going to do my job. I mean, if you teach that from the get-go, from the jump,
Yep.
then and let's be clear, parents, we know who's being trained at the house.
It's
Yeah.
clear.
It's clear.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yes.
We can see that. We can
Yeah.
be looking right at your children and thinking about you at the house. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
And again, we're not trying to bash anybody. We
Right.
just want better, especially for our community, because we work with or has worked with in the past predominantly black children and in the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So the statistics, the rates for them to not be as successful are pretty high. You know what I'm saying? So especially me, like my expectations be super high. Like my expectations be so high. They look at me crazy. They mama them look at me. It is what it is, sis.
Yeah.
You in the neighborhood, you already got a lot of stripes because you black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already got more stripes because you blackity black and you're a boy. And don't be dark skinned black. You really get stripes. Pardon me, Weezy. You know you you're on the light skin spectrum. But I'm just saying, you know, like we already have stripes. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody, but we gonna handle our business and make sure we good and make sure our kids are taken care of. We're raising them, we're leading them in the right direction. Yeah. We just gotta do that. And it's unfortunate that in the 21st century we have to go the extra mile, but we do. Yeah. We do, y'all. Yeah. We gotta go the extra mile. Mm-hmm. And we gotta be okay with doing it because it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, baby, we the goats. In everything we do. In education, you know what I'm saying, in athletics, you know, shout out to Sabrina the GOAT at the end of the day. Yes. You know, like we are the GOATs in everything that we do. But if we are not like pursuing it, if we're not trying, if we're not instilling that in our children, then nobody will ever know. And it's sad. I was talking back there with my husband. The pipeline, the jail. Oh, yeah. You get to the jail and realize how smart you are and how good you can draw. But your A been in school all your life, ain't applied that talent or that smartness to nothing. Mm-hmm. But it literally get locked up and be the brightest star.
Hey, there was another power build more, talking about building more prisons.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Cause it was like something, building more prisons and are doing intervention, having more intervention.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a prison pipeline from the schools. And then people were trying to compare the school system to prison because they're in schools all day and the schools are brick walls.
Yeah.
They were talking about the
buses.
They were talking about the trays. The way that they eat on those trays, the rules and the regulations, being in one place, you know what I'm saying? Like they literally was saying, like it's the saying that we're setting our kids up and preparing them from that public school to prison pipeline. And it to me it makes it kind of make you scratch your head. But I just raised mine a little different. Like we're not gonna look at it like that, sis.
It's a parallel. Yeah. But like everybody that's coming through here ain't going into the prison.
That part.
So it again
that part is what you're doing.
That you put in. Because I'm gonna do my job.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing your
right.
Yeah.
Right. This they like I say that foundation. But these parents gotta step up.
Mm-hmm.
Way up.
They gotta step up.
Way up.
We got too many. I'm gonna put it out. Depending on the government. We got too many depending on the government.
Yep.
And that's a trap.
Yep. A big trap.
That ain't nothing but a trap.
And it breaks up the black family.
Yup.
The breakdown is already there, baby.
Ooh.
The breakdown is already there.
Yeah.
Men, we need you to step up.
And the crazy part about it, y'all, if we really want to go back, and it's like too deep in a conversation for another day, but the welfare system was not built for black people. Like they did not start with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's
and we are not the higher percentage of those receiving those benefits either.
No. Welfare and food stamps, none of that. We are not.
Because it was started for white families?
It was started in the Great Depression. The Great Depression to help to assist the white families that had businesses and that were struggling. That's where it started from. And no disrespect or no offense to anyone. The papers, the statistics say it, and it's black and white, but they're the ones still receiving the most benefits from food stamps and from welfare until this day. So it's like this stuff wasn't even built for us. What are we doing? We come from a lineage of black men doing what they do in the family, and when a black man did step up and do it, be it alcohol, military, divorce, whatever the issue was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, because it happened then too, the black woman held it down, but she held it down with her village too. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? What happened? Everybody trying to get lit. And get turned up and be thrown and be sis. We got to handle our business
And be a social media
and be a dang Instagram
model.
What are we doing? I'm trying to find out why they I just need a couple of their coins.
follow us up.
I'm just saying, get them numbers going, baby. I might not be in education too much longer.
And what they saying, OnlyFans, where is it?
Listen, okay, so we're gonna have to talk about that when we press 5. Look at back
Hey.
then. OnlyFans, what they do?
Hey, you got someone on there just showing their toes.
Just showing
And
in
making
people's
money.
mind. Listen.
No lie, making money.
Technology. That's what the word is.
Making
Technology.
money.
You got cute. You make that. You and your
Hey.
baby showing your faces. But listen, that's a lot. So we were talking about the number 3, the takeaways for the behaviors and the disrespect in the villages. Foundation when it comes to attitudes, instill that positive, those affirmations. Just do that stuff for your babies. I promise you, if you tell your child, mamas, y'all know our kids worship the ground we walk on. Mamas and daddies, our kids loves us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just telling them, oh baby, you cute. Or look at my beautiful baby.
Yes.
That's where their confidence is going to start.
Yes.
And if their confidence start at home, baby, the world cannot tell them nothing. And I promise you, they won't be looking crazy if somebody else is complimenting somebody else. That's another thing we gotta talk to our girls about too. I talk to my middle school. I do it every day, all day. I tell them they cute. I like your hair. Oh, you cute. Like I do stuff like that because you need to hear, because you're not gonna be the only one I say that to. I'm gonna say that to somebody else, but I need you to be able to receive it for them too. I don't need you being jealous and envious and looking crazy and starting that catty and that drama foolishness. Little stuff like that. We can do that type of stuff. Make your child say, yes ma'am, you see an adult? Yes ma'am, no ma'am. Or yes or no. Because in my school we have people that don't care, they just want yes or no. Not what, who, no. Like, come on.
Yes.
It's either yes or yes ma'am. No or no ma'am. Don't say yeah.
And don't nod your head at me because I don't like that. Don't not talk to me.
Your shoulders.
You talk to
You got a
me.
whole voice. You
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's the last thing, and y'all, we're gonna spend 30 seconds on this because this so good. Anyway, this the last thing for real.
Alright.
Oh, easy. Listen, them IEP stands for Individualized Educational Plan, and the 504s, y'all. When I say this is my 9th year.
We need a part
The
two.
last 2, we do need a part 2. We're gonna have to have a part 2.
Hey, 3 and 4.
We can go through on and on with this.
Man.
But why everybody get IEPs and 504s now? Like, what's going on?
I'm gonna put it like this.
Break it down, Weezy.
To me, I think it's a money thing.
Okay, back to
Like
the
what
point.
people don't know, that's on the outside looking in, these schools get money. They gonna get money already for the kids.
Mm-hmm. They get that,
Yeah,
especially
they get that automatically.
Yeah.
Per child.
But if that kid got behavioral problems,
Mm-hmm.
that's more money that that school district get.
So do you think like people like parents are using it like trying to get their kids to be under these labels and this umbrella like as an excuse to label their child so that they won't be held accountable, so that there ain't nothing we can do?
SSI.
Ooh.
Check.
You know.
Check. Cha-ching.
SSI thing stand for Social Security. You know, you can say act the fool when you get to school. Act like you can't do this.
Yeah,
That's
to
right.
add on to what Smith said,
Mm-hmm.
some of them teaching
Yes.
It
other
is our bad.
women how to get a check for their kid.
Yeah.
I done seen kids was on their best behavior from kindergarten all the way to 4th
And
grade.
then all of a sudden,
All of a sudden they get to 5th grade, they acting a fool.
mm-hmm.
I didn't see
Mm-hmm.
it. Like
Girl,
why you ain't never,
girl, I just
she
told
ain't
her
never
to do
acting
this.
like this.
Girl, I just told her to do this, girl, and I get that little $700 a
I'm
month.
telling you, hey, it's all like.
$700.
Like I
Now your
say,
baby got a label.
The school
Right.
get paid for it.
Definitely.
Especially like they getting, if they got problems, they definitely getting tripled.
But that's why, like we was talking about the other day, schools having social workers
Yup.
and stuff like that. The more you have IEPs and 504s and those type of behaviors in your building, that's when your building is able to get in-house social
Yup.
workers, therapists,
Yup.
all that good stuff,
Yup.
because they have a certain amount
Yup.
of, and it's more than But the mere fact that it's more than what the freaking building can handle, the administration, the counselors, and all that, like, this is beyond us. Why are they here, Ike? Why are they here?
Another thing, to me, that's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, those schools are the D's and F schools.
Yes.
And then, so guess what? A parent looking at that and see how this school operate.
Mm.
No, my kid ain't going there.
That's gonna be me.
Right.
My
I'm
kid
like,
ain't
why
going there. No, why my kid need to go here and they already got too many problems anyway.
Why everybody got a 504? Like, what's wrong? Yeah.
So like I say, it boils down to that about that money.
Yeah.
The school getting the money, and the parents trying to get a check.
The parents definitely get theirs.
But then what the parents don't know, you send your kid out here to pick your kid out for a check.
Yeah.
You really hurting that kid.
I'm talking about putting baby, what the Bible say, you speak those things that are not as if they were. Baby, you speak, that's the power of your tongue. You putting that on your baby life. And the Lord I'm telling you, he gonna see about you. He gonna make you see about what you done did to your child when all you had to do was not spit a rod and put some on his behind. I'm telling you, y'all better put out his plan.
And then another thing. Watch out for some of these teachers too. I had a partner. I ain't gonna tell you what school it was. He was in elementary school. The teacher was young, kindergarten. She couldn't handle. Like I say, it goes back. You gotta, if you really want to know something about the teacher, see can the teacher handle the classroom, so your kid can get an education,
classroom management,
a good education. The teacher could handle the kids. And she used to tell him, "Oh, your son too hyper and stuff like that." So they had to meet. They trying to put him on, put him on their pill.
Right.
He called me. He called me. He said, "Man, the teacher trying to put my child on that stuff, on that on that pill. They put him down." I said, "Bro, nah, bro, don't do that. That's a setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a setup." I said, "Don't do it." I said, "What it is, that teacher might be young and can't handle her classroom." You know what I'm saying? I said, "Nah, bro, don't do it."
Right. Put him in a structured classroom.
And don't spare the rod. Wear his tail out. And when he get out of school, make him run around. That's the thing too. Yeah. These kids their minds are just confused. They're bottled up so much energy because y'all don't make them go outside.
Right.
What they heat. They can probably get used to this kind of heat. We can't. But put their tails outside, make them run around and play. Give them some water. And run that energy off. That's what we used to do. We used to be outside all day. After school, we came home. We took off them school clothes. We did our homework. We went outside and ran like some fools. We came in the house, took a bath. 2-3 people in the tub at the same time in my house. And ate. And baby was out of there. And then don't let it be something you want to eat. Grandma say you're going to bed hungry. I'm just saying, you got to have that foundation.
And then, with this 504 situation, we're going to address that. Because they're putting your children on this 504, on these plans. And a lot of times these parents be pushing it because these faces that they trust are telling them, well, if we can just do a 504 plan, then that'll protect him from this and protect her from that. So it's like you get put on these 504 plans for the simplest, most minute things, just to protect the child from real deal consequences. Then that child gets a chance to turn it out. They turn the classroom out, school out, and then, well, he's 504. So, but then when you're outside the realm of that, you can turn something else out. That 504 ain't gonna save you from that police
nothing.
It's not gonna save you from that jail cell.
And I say that so much today. Like at the end of the day, whatever labels you're allowing whomever to put on your child, I promise you, once they are 18, the world cares nothing about their label. When he goes to the prosecuting attorney, like Weezy said, they not gonna look and say, when he was in 3rd grade or when he was in 7th grade, he was diagnosed with, they don't care nothing about that because he's a grown man, and he used his full capabilities and intelligence or their lack thereof to do whatever he decided to do, and now you gotta pay for it. And I promise you, a lot of the men and women that are behind prison walls now had 504s and IEPs, but guess what? The judge won't mess up about that, literally.
Didn't care.
So guess what? They getting paid too.
Definitely getting paid.
When you break it down, the school system getting paid, and the prison system getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But another thing, we ain't out here bashing
No.
no parents,
Nope.
but
Like,
some of these kids do need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Some
saying?
do.
Some are like,
And you know when your
Yeah.
child needs it though. You
Yeah.
just not putting it on them. You know when your
Yeah.
baby may be a little touch.
Right.
You don't pray. You don't want to have the little exorcism.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
No, I'm
And
just
then-
playing.
hold
No,
on.
for real. No, for real. I was just playing.
Hey, so, in this song, some of you parents out there being in denial.
Right, and some, and them be the ones
Yeah.
that baby
Yeah.
really, and it's like,
Yeah.
sis, come
Yeah.
on, sis, I know,
Yo,
sis, I
and
know.
somebody you be out there being in denial that your child need to be tested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we mainly talking about the ones that don't need to be tested.
Right.
The parents out there trying to pimp their kids to get them their check. You know what I'm saying?
Get them
To get their
coins.
check. And in the long run, it's gonna hurt their kid for real.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna hurt 'em. But like I say, it's a believe me, it's a lot of parents out there in denial
Yeah.
about what help they kid need. Don't want to do it because they think the kids gonna talk about them and stuff like that. But you got some in regular classroom setting. They
That don't belong.
They,
Y'all tell this.
they need to be in that small classroom setting.
Crazy face,
I'm
Real
just telling
talk.
you from
Y'all, we
real.
gonna have to have a part
Get all
two
the
for real.
help. Get your child all the help they need. For real.
We are definitely going to do a part two because I know I'm going to get some feedback after this. So I need y'all to commit on the air that y'all coming back. You running it back, Weezy?
Hey, running it back
You
like
running it back,
fire.
Smith? You
Right.
running it back? And she's throwing up north side. This is not a gang affiliated question. Listen, I want to shout out my people. Y'all know I'm normally like an hour and 15 minutes in episode. Bruh, we are an hour and 45 minutes through.
Hey,
We gonna run it back though. We gonna run it back because I promise you, I already know y'all gonna be coming for me, and
Hey.
I'm gonna come back. Don't come for me unless I send for you. So listen, thank y'all so much for coming. I love y'all.